Hi guys, welcome back to Vanish Draft. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draft a basic sleeve. So these are the basic measurements needed and this is how to take your arm measurement. You can pause to read the descriptions carefully, okay, to have better understanding of how to take arm measurements. So right here, these are the measurements I need. Okay, my arm length, top arm, elbow width, elbow length, and wrist. Okay, so I'm going to write out my measurement I've taken on myself. Okay, so the first one is 66 cm for my arm length. Okay, then my top arm is 41 cm, my elbow width is 32 cm, and my elbow length is 39 cm. Now for the wrist, because we're doing a basic sleeve, we're not doing like a pencil sleeve or bishop sleeve, so wrist measurement is not necessary here. I won't be using that. Okay, so I go ahead to spray my plain paper, drafting paper, like so. Now the next thing we try to get is the length of paper. Length of paper is also length of your sleeve. Okay, so and also try to get the width of paper. So now using this our measurement, see my okay, to get your length of paper, yeah, my arm length is what, 66 cm. So we say 66 minus 1 cm, okay, which is going to give us 65. So my length of paper will become what, 65 cm. Then my width of paper, how to get width of paper, I will say top arm plus 5. That's my top arm is 41 cm, so 41 cm plus 5 will give us what, 46 cm. Okay, so that means length of paper or length of sleeve is going to be 65 cm. Okay, and my width of paper is going to be 46 cm. The next thing now to do is to draw, okay, is to measure out. Okay, so I'm going to take my tape rule. This is my 65 cm, like so. I'm going to place my tape rule over here and mark out 65 cm, okay, for the length of paper. Now, after I'm done marking it out, I go over to the width. Yeah, remember my width of paper is of 46 cm. Okay, so I'm going to measure out 46 cm with my tape rule on the paper, like so. So I'll place my tape rule over here and mark out 46 cm. Okay, okay, next we have to form a box like shape. Okay, we need to have two width lines and two length lines. Okay, now over here where we marked out our length point, we're going to mark out 40. We'll place our tape rule like so and mark out 46 cm, okay, for our width. Okay, so right here we have 46 cm marked out, so I'm going to use my ruler to draw this out. Now we have two width lines. Okay, then I go over to mark out another 65 inches for my length. This side I mark out 65 inches. Then I take my ruler and mark these 2 points together. Now if you see, we've created our box like shape. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now we have two width and two length lines. Okay, now we have a length line of 65 cm, okay, and another length line of 65 cm over there. Then our width line of 46 cm, okay, and another width line of 46 cm. So yeah, this is the box like form I was talking about. Okay, well, that is done. The next thing I do is to cut out with my scissors. Okay, I'm going to cut out the shape carefully. Okay, as you can see, I have my square shape, okay, cut out like so. Now the next thing I do is to fold this my paper into two. Okay, I'll take one side of the paper and fold it on top of the other end. Then next I open it up, okay, making sure there's a crease line that is created. I hope you guys can see the crease line, the middle crease line that was formed. Okay, now I'm going to use my marker and ruler and draw out this crease line. Hope you guys can see the lines. Okay, this line was created through folding our paper into two, so I'm going to draw it out so you guys can see. So now I'm done drawing out the middle line. Now next I take one part of the paper, okay, this part of the paper, I make sure I place it on top of the middle line we draw out. Okay, just look closely on what I'm doing. My paper is going to rest on this line. One part of my paper will be resting on this middle line. Okay, like so. I make sure you smoothing it out so it can have a crease line. Okay, also. So I smoothing it out. Then I take the other part of the paper and also allow it to rest on the middle line, okay, that we drew out. And I'm going to smoothen it out so it can also have a crease line. Okay. Then after I open up these two flaps, I open them up after smoothing them down very well so they can have a crease line, okay? Then I open them up. Now as you can see, our crease lines are formed. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take markers to draw out these crease lines that was formed through folding the paper. So I take my ruler like so and I, just draw them out. Now as you can see, we have three lines. Okay, we have three lines we've drawn out already. Now these lines have a name. Yes, I'm going to be naming this line. Okay, so the first line is going to be called B, meaning back. Okay, I'm going to label that out. Now the second line is going to be called T, that's top arm, that's the fullest part of your arm. Okay, now F, this line is going to be called F. That's the front part of your sleeve. Okay. So I've named them out. The back, the back sleeve, the top arm, and the front part of the sleeve. Okay. Now I'm done labeling. Okay. It's time to work hand in hand with our sleeve table. Now to determine the column you'll be working with on the sleeve table, you have to determine your top arm, which is the fullest part of your arm, okay, or your sleeve. Okay, so my top arm is of 41 cm, so I go to the table and trace out 41 cm on that top arm. But what I'm seeing is 39 stroke 40 cm, which is close to 41 cm. Okay, so I'll be working with that. Just carefully find out your top arm on the table, and if your top arm is not there, use a number closer to your top. So next is to determine my crown depth, that's my DC. And if I trace it down to the column I'm working with, it's going to be 15, yes, 15 cm. So I'll measure out 15 cm from T. This is my 15 cm. I'll place my tape rule on T and measure down 15 cm. Okay. So I place my tape rule like so, and I'll mark out 15 cm. Okay. I'll also go ahead to this B and mark down 15 cm like so. I'll place my tape rule and I'll be marking out 15 cm. And I go to the F, that's my front, place my tape rule like so, and I'll mark out 15 cm too. Okay. So then I'll use my ruler to match up the points we've made. Okay. I'll mark it up like this. So this line will be labeled as U. Yes, we'll just label it as U. Okay. So I'll go over to the front and label there as U also. Okay, next we have to go back to our table. There's something called points B. So I go to my table. Remember the column I'm working with is highlighted. Now I go to points B and trace down the column I'm working with. Okay. So my points B says 6.5. Okay. So now this 6.5 we've gotten, we're going to mark it out from our B. So 6.5 for my table. I place it on my B and mark out. I'll be marking out 6.5 like so. Then after I'm done marking out, I go ahead to connect this mark all the way to our T and also connect all the way to our U. Okay, so I'll be using my ruler. This point I'll connect it to U and also connecting it to T. So I'll place my ruler like so. Make sure the point I made 6.5 is traced down to our U point. Then I also trace down to our T point. Okay, like so. Now for our F side, now if you look at the table, there's nothing like point F. So how do we get F? We simply say point B plus 0.5. Remember our point B was 6.5. So 6.5 plus 0.5 will be giving us 7 cm. Okay. Over here we have 7 cm on our table, which I'm marking out from F. Okay. I'll place my ruler on F like so, and I'll mark out 7 cm. Remember how we got it? We said point B plus 0.5. That's 6.5 plus 0.5. Okay. So now it's time to connect, and I'll be connecting it like this from this point to T and from that point to U. I'll be using my ruler. I'm connecting it over to T, and I'll be connecting it to U like so. Okay. So while that is done, okay, so the next thing is to measure these lines between each letters. Okay, when you measure it out, then we get the middle point. Okay, so let's start with the line connecting B and U. Okay, we'll measure out what we have, then we'll find the middle point. So I'm placing my tape rule and I'm getting 14.5. Now 14.5 divided by 2 will give us 7.25, which is also the midpoint between B and U. Okay, so I go over to T and B, the line between T and B, connecting T and B. So I rule it up and I'm getting 13.2. 13.2 divided by 2 will give us 6.6, which is also the midpoint. So I'm going to be marking out 6.6. Okay, so I go over to T, the line connecting T and F. So I'll place my tape rule and I'm getting 13.5. 13.5 divided by 2 is going to be giving us 6.75, which is also the midpoint of 13.5. Okay, so I'll place my tape rule and I'll mark out 6.75. Okay, so I've gotten the midpoint for this line. Now I go over to the line connecting F and U. Okay, I place my tape rule like so, and I'm getting 14. So 14 divided by 2 is going to give us 7, which is also the midpoint. Okay, now after finding the middle point of each lines, we're going to come up and go down with constants. There are certain numbers we'll be going down and coming up with. These numbers don't change. Okay, now the midpoint we have on the line is where we're going to be marking out the constant. Now, on the middle point connecting B and U, we're going to go down by 1 cm. 1 cm constant. So I take my ruler to rule down 1 cm downwards. Okay, downwards, guys. Now, for the line, so I'm going to mark out, sorry, 1 cm and I'll connect it like so. Okay, so that's 1 cm downwards. Okay, now for the line, the middle line connecting T and B, we're going to be coming up by a constant of 1 cm. Constants, guys, remember these numbers don't change. So over there we went down by 1 cm and over here we went up by 1 cm. Now for the middle point connecting T and F, we're going to be going up with a constant of 1.2 cm. Okay, the middle line from that middle point we marked out, we're going to be going up with a constant of what, 1.2 cm. So I mark it out and I take my ruler to draw out the line better. So now the middle point connecting F and U will be going down with a constant of what, 2 cm. Okay, why are we going down with a constant of 2 cm? Because our front is always deeper than our back. Okay, so let's do a little recap. Now we went downwards with a constant of 1 cm, upwards with a constant of what, 1 cm, and over here upwards with a constant of what, 1.2 cm, and downwards with a constant of what, 2 cm. Now this will help us draw our curve on the sleeve properly. So I'm using this curve ruler. So I'm going to be drawing my curve in direction of how our constant went. Okay, so please look closely how I'm positioning the ruler. Okay, so I'm going to position my ruler, my curve, this side of the curve ruler like so, making sure I'm joining the U to this point to the B. Okay, so I place my ruler like so and I'll be measuring out from my B to this midpoint and to the U. Okay, so one side of my curve have been drawn. Now I go ahead and face my curve ruler. Okay, face my curve ruler. You see how I'm holding my curve ruler like so. So I'll be joining this T to the midpoint to B. Okay, just watch closely how I'm positioning my curve ruler. Okay, to give me a very nice curve. So I've done another part of the curve. Part of the curve is always high because that's our top arm. Okay, the fullest part of our sleeve. So for this part, look how I'm positioning my curve ruler. Remember I told you this is the fullest part of the sleeve. So it's going to have that it's going to protrude up like so. So I'm joining my T to the midpoint, then to my F. Okay, as you can see, then I'll be joining the F to the midpoint to U, to the U line. Okay, so remember I told you our front is always deeper than our back. Okay, that's how to differentiate your back part of sleeve and your front part of sleeve. So placing my curve ruler like so, I'll be joining these points together. And there you have it. That's how to achieve a perfect curve on your sleeve. Okay. Now this is a basic sleeve. Okay. This you can draw your pencil sleeve, bishop sleeve, trumpet sleeve, any type of sleeve you want to draw. Okay. So I'll be taking my scissors to carve out our sleeve. Okay. So look closely how I'm cutting out. Please be careful, as I used to say, so you don't cut beyond the curved lines. Okay. So I'll go ahead and label it again. So here's my back part of sleeve and my front part of sleeve. So I'll be folding it up so you can see. Now, okay, here we have our basic sleeve. This is a B, our back side, and over here is our front side. Now remember what I said, our front is always deeper. That's why you can see your back easily from the front. And as I said, with this you can use it to draft any kind of sleeve you want. So guys, now we've cut out like so. The next thing to do is to determine the elbow length. Now, said earlier, this is just a basic sleeve. It's not a pencil or bishop sleeve, okay? Just a basic sleeve. And we've gotten the back, we've gotten the top arm, and we've gotten the front. Now the next thing to get is to determine our elbow length, okay? Now because it's just a basic sleeve, we're not doing a pencil or any type of sleeve, we don't need our elbow width and we don't need our wrist. Okay, so I will not be working with my elbow, wrist, and my wrist. The only thing I'll be working with is my arm length, my top arm, and my elbow length. Okay, my now in order to determine our elbow length, okay, remember that's what we want to, that's the next thing we want to do. And my elbow length is of what, 39 cm. So I simply take my back line like so, and I fold it behind. Okay, just watch my hand movement. Okay, I fold it behind like so and make sure I smoothen it out. I go to my front and also fold it behind like so. Okay, leaving us with just our top arm surface. So I'm going to flip this over so you see how it looks at the back. Okay, so I flip this over to the front. The next thing I do is to determine our elbow length. Okay, and my elbow length is of what, 39 inches. So I'm going to take my tape rule, as you can see, 39 inches. Now look at how I'm placing my tape rule. I'm not going to be placing my tape rule on a straight line. I'm going to place my tape rule on top arm. Okay, look at the direction of how I'm placing the tape rule. It's slanted. Okay, so as slanted as it is, I'll mark out 39 cm like so. Okay, place my taper on top arm, and I'm going to be marking out what, 39 cm. Now I go over to the front side. I also repeat the same thing I did. Okay, that's my top arm. Okay, so I place my tape rule like so in a slanted way, and I'm going to mark out 39 cm. Okay, now while that's done, I'm going to connect these 2 points with my ruler. Okay, so I'll be connecting it like so. Yeah. So now I'm done connecting. I'm going to open this out. Okay, we've gotten at 39 cm. So I'm going to open this out. Now, as you can see, it's only our top arm that has our elbow length. The back doesn't have and the front doesn't have. So I'll have to fold it back all over again. So there's something we call tracing wheel. This helps to transfer lines to the other side of the paper. So I'm going to be tracing out this line so it can be transferred to the other side of the paper. Okay, going to be tracing it out like so. Please, you need to get this tracing wheel. It's actually important, especially now we're diving deep into Natalie Bray's topic. Okay, now we're going to open this up. I'm going to flip over. Now you can see that I have a trace line. You can see the imprint of the trace line. I'm going to put it up. Can you all see? Yeah, so that's how a tracing wheel works. So I'm going to take my ruler to connect the trace lines. Okay, I'm going to be connecting it like so, and just watch. I'm going to open this up. Okay, and I flip over. Now you see the lines are connected. We have our elbow length at the now we're done drafting the basic block sleeve. Okay, there are many more measurements, but this block can help you get other designs like the pencil sleeve, bishop sleeve, trumpet sleeve, and so many more. It's like the foundation of how to draft and explore different designs of sleeve. Okay, so that's why we didn't need our wrists and our elbow width. Okay guys, we've come to the end of this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and see you in my next. Bye guys.